Hey, greetings and welcome to another episode of the Planetary Persuader. I'm KozMcKev, your host, and this is for January 24th, 2020. And so many changes, right? Um, One thing to note is that Saturn is no longer in the constellation of Sagittarius. It hasn't been in the tropical zodiac sign of Sagittarius for like a long time now, a year or more. But it just moved, I think yesterday, today, solidly in Capricorn. And so Saturn's functioning in its own sign. And so that makes it function in a way that's more efficient and where it's a little happier. And so I think for most of us in general, we're going to get a little efficient and we're going to be a little bit happier. And Capricorn can be so serious, and Aquarius is a little more sharing its grief, with its friends. It's more social. It's like, oh yeah, we all went through this. What can we do to make things better? There's a little bit of that in Aquarius, in its highest form especially. When we see that, that's what we want. That's what we're really craving for in leadership. So we've got this new moon today, and at 1:42 p.m. And it's in the lunar mansion known as Shravana, and it's all within the constellation of Capricorn. And Shravana is ruled by the moon. Shravana's ruling deity has an association with Saraswati, goddess of knowledge and wisdom. So we seek oratory knowledge, just like you're getting from me right now, from Vedic tradition when I talk about moon being in Capricorn, because we know in Western astrology we call this the Aquarius new moon. And in Chinese astrology we call this Gong Hei Fat Choi. It means Happy New Year. So Happy New Year to all of you. This is Year of the Rat. So what does that mean? Okay, so we've got metal rat, Metal cuts and divides things, and it really brings serious, harsh change. Metal is also the element of winter. And so we're going to see some hard stuff, okay? I get it. But it's also a year of good fortune. Because let me tell you, when the Buddha called all the animals together, of the 12 that made it, the ox looked like it was going to win and beat the rat. But the rat was so clever, it got on the ox's back and jumped off just in time in front of his head to be the first one there. And that's like that kind of opportunism. So you keep yourself tuned in. You may be just working a modest job in a big boat, but somehow that big boat's going to help you jump off and, get the gold before anyone else, in a lot of ways. In China, it's noted that a lot of times the birth rate goes up in Year of the Rat because people want to have rat children, because they're so business savvy and ready to do things. So there's some more stuff. And now, this is the first whole week of Sun in Aquarius. Aquarius's key phrase being "I know," and so we're looking for knowledge. It's also the last week of January. We're in the January rundown this week, and see if anything else is switching signs this week that I could see. And really, outside of the moon, we really don't have anything moving new into retrograde or into anything different until even until next Friday. So I mean, and it's going to be a while. So we can at least we've got some time to get our feet on the ground with this new moon and really plant the seeds of what kind of changes we want to see, and being able to be that kind of change if that's what's necessary. And Aquarius is, we associate with Uranus somewhat with sudden change, but Aquarius is more citernal. It's really not into change. It's very fixed. It's fixed air. It's like, hey, I know this stuff. It can be hard to convince an Aquarius of almost anything. Anyhow, with that said, we're going to do this sign by sign, starting with you, Aries. So, greetings, Aries, and welcome to your horoscope. So, what do we got going on here? Well. It looks like we've got ourselves a You know, we've got Venus is in probably a really exalted place in your 12th house. So your imagination's really going. It can be pleasures of the bed. There could be some spiritual seeking right now as Venus and Neptune have been together. It's this higher aesthetic, this agape love thing. It could work, you know, when you need to. Mars in your ninth house, of course, bringing you good fortune. Sun moving over now, completely in Aquarius. We're in this place where we're seeking knowledge, and there's a little more daylight, so things are a little more hopeful. It's like it's sun's still low, it is still dark, it is still cold, but it's not as quite as depressing as it was in Capricorn time. And, you know, so we're just kind of trying to be a little more lighthearted as we move forward with our knowledge. And this is a weekend for smart people. We're going to do smart stuff. And Sunday afternoon, moon will go into Pisces. And then we will have an Aries moon this week for you Aries on Thursday. So Thursday, Friday. Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday, most of Friday this coming week will be Aries moon. All right, greetings Taurus, welcome to your horoscope. Okay. You know, Venus still in Pisces. So, I mean, Venus in Pisces, sensitive love, caring love, and it's getting closer to later degrees of Pisces, which is like there's this exaltation to it. And Pisces is your 11th house, so it's helpful friends, so socializing, you might be a little bit flirtatious. Steve O'Brien, if you're watching this, we're just talking, and you're going to have good times, you know. I think, you know, Sunday night, Monday, some moon conjoins that, there'll be more of this empathetic feel, but it's also about business, you know, it's taking care of business. Aquarius time rules the 10th house for Taurus. So this is where you do your karma of something useful for society, right here. Right here, this is how we do it. Yeah, this is how we do it. And remember, Uranus is direct. And Taurus, okay. Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. So, we have Mercury in Aquarius. So Mercury in Aquarius, that is ruling your ninth house. That's wisdom, that's higher education, that's seeing a lot of really good stuff. You know, there's a lot of good stuff to look at. And a lot of new information is being gleaned and being brought to the table for you. All right. Okay, well, there, you know, most of the planets you can see here are in this, what I guess is known as like the southwest part of the chart, even though it's counterintuitive to what it looks like on how we read maps. So it's about relationships, and it's about moving to a place where you're giving back to the public, how the public sees you in relationships. Well, they see us in relationships when they're sweet. They see us in relationships when they're not so sweet, and then they're seeing us in relationships where the relationship actually are a couple that's doing things to help the community. That is the most beautiful thing. I mean, that kind of service does. I mean, that would be the sacred marriage, Gemini. Yeah, that would be it. So, I mean, really you're accumulating a lot more knowledge, accumulating a lot more wisdom while you're still dealing with the bumps of the road, and that's what got you here in the first place, right? And there's those bumps on the road, you know, that's just often how it works. Okay. Shall we do this again? It is greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. So they say you're sensitive, they say you're clingy, they say you want your mommy or you hate your mother. It's like one or the other. Bad at confrontations, have no enemies. You know, the official den mother of your tribe. Oh man, it's been a long time since I brought cookies to work, and I want to bring. I need to do that. No, not those kind of cookies. Yeah, I know. I get you. No, the safe kind that don't end up in a lawsuit. Anyhow, we have so many different planets also in the southwest side of your chart. So the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th house. That's where we find most of the grahas, most of the grabbers, most of the planets. And you have an interesting social life right now with Uranus in the 11th house. So there's like a part of Cancer that's like, I want to be a radical. In another life, I was a radical. And there have been some radical Cancers, actually. You know, I mean, the first one that comes to mind is was Arlo Guthrie, you know, Woody Guthrie's son, with Alice's Restaurant and his kind of war protests. And he was also just sort of Uranian in having a silly song like I Don't Want a Pickle, I Just Want to Ride My Motorcycle. And Ron Kovac, born on the 4th of July, a Vietnam vet who experienced the horrors of war and came back and said, you know what, this is all BS. Oh boy, in these days of military buildup, I mean, I'm like, not another one. Are you kidding me? Are you people growing up yet? Yeah. Well, greetings, Leo, and welcome to your horoscope. So for you, it's all like in the West. You know, everything is in the partnership side of the horoscope. So it's like, yes, continue work on your health issues. There's no question about it. You got to work on your health issues. But Aquarius time, it really promotes you to look for the other. Now, you know, Aquarians, by and large, I mean, in just a stereotype. This isn't, you know, take every case. We all are every sign in the zodiac, every one of us. Let's make note of that. Every constellation's in our chart, whether we got a planet there or not. Okay, let's make that clear. But yeah, Aquarius is kind of like in the Westernist tropical zodiac is kind of cold-hearted. It's not like ooh we love. It's more like oh I love the way that freeway on ramp looked. You know, it's like oh, and you're kind of like okay. Oh, I really like Las Vegas, the way all the lights are. I'm like, oh, okay. I get you. You know, something weird. It's got to be something kind of weird, in a way, and aloof, you know. And so this is the person that you attract. Why is this? Because they're irresistible to you, you know. It's irresistibly challenging to your control trip. And you believe you can help save them. You believe your warm heart will warm them up and that everything will be fine. And you know, in a business arrangement type of marriage, you do good. So, well, you know, no dissing with that, but this is sort of what's going on. I mean, it's more intense, though, because Venus is in your 8th house, so there's like this intenseness from these alliances. And, you know, Venus is, I mean, we're going to have a stellium of planets in the 8th house. So the weekend looks kind of romantic, looks sort of fun. You know, it might get a little deeper after that. Ooh. Somebody say deep? Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. Okay, well, yeah, Mercury's doing its thing again. You know, still in Aquarius in your 6th house, so just taking care of your health, getting everything in order. And I know you've been wanting to do this. It's like, get rid of all those unnecessary papers. Even just like cleaning up your internet and email, just a bunch of old junk. I mean, things like that. It's just kind of like major house cleaning, clothes you don't wear anymore, you know, dusting, and just making everything so much more comfortable. Because you know there's going to be a couple more months of winter, and you know you might as well just make the most of it, so that you can just feel comfortable. And you're also, you know, working on projects, volunteering, serving others, helping others, working more, making a little extra money. And you're restless for the move. Well. Greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. So, you know, Venus in Pisces is actually considered a good placement, you know, and especially in the later degrees. And like they say, it's an exalted Venus, and they're like, why is that? It's in my 6th house. 6th house is a lot of work. It's a Distana house, you know. It's one of those cadent houses or one of those mutable houses where things kind of dissolve. Well, I mean, this is the deal. Most of you Libras, you will probably hate me for saying this, but you know, in sidereal astrology, most of you, especially if you're born the 15th of October before, you're a Virgo. Okay, you've got Virgo soul. You know, that's the constellation that actually was around you. And so a lot of you actually have Venus in Virgo too, and it's debilitating. It's like, oh, how dare you say that? I have this wonderful Venus in Libra. No, no, no. Let's just calm down for a second. There's no bad Venuses, okay? There's no bad Jupiters. There's no bad Venus. The benefics do benefic things, but the deal is that why is Venus exalted in Pisces? And it's because it is about surrender. So you surrender to your work. Work is love. My work is love. And if you have that kind of attitude, maybe get yourself an outfit, make yourself look cute too. I mean that helps. Even if you're a guy just being a sharp dresser, it still helps. I mean, it doesn't. You know, we used to be sharper dressers a couple hundred years ago, and then after a bunch of wars and other crap, we got scared. We stopped dressing nice. Now it's kind of like uniforms of what I would call of really rigid cultural boundaries for what men can wear. But break out, bust out and wear different things. That would be it. Okay, greetings Scorpio, welcome to your horoscope. Well, that was a long Libra. Okay, so Scorpio, Mars, second house, opportunities for family, opportunities to make money, opportunities to assert your values. Please do so in a gentle way. Oh my gosh, be gentle. And relationship stuff is just going to be kind of wild for the next 6 years or so. Yeah. I know. It's kind of, that's okay. Just rest in it. Don't trip. Communication, keep working on transforming that. Be comfortable in your own skin. Be comfortable being alone. Be comfortable being okay with that. And love like there's no tomorrow, too, at the same time. When you're in love and your heart's open and you're being so creative. I mean, I see a lot of songwriting, paintings. You're going for it. This is the renewal of you, my friend Scorpio. In a good way, yeah. And you're going to like the weekend, especially Sunday and Monday. Okay, Tuesday. Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope. So, Jupiter going in your second house. Kind of have a bigger appetite this year. That's like one of the first things you notice. Wow, you want to talk more. You have so much to say. From all this suffering, you've learned a lot of wisdom. Over here in Chico where I live, there was a fire a year and a couple months ago called the Camp Fire, and it displaced 50,000 people. And Paradise, the largest populace of that area, had a horoscope of Sagittarius Sun. And so it reminds me, a lot of people have gone through a lot of stuff. And you're ready to move forward. You've got some ideas. You're thinking, and you're trying to feel comfortable in your own skin. And your communication is good. It's strong right now with Mercury in the third house. So, and you're able to make new friends. I said that this last week, and I'm saying it again. Keep making friends. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, greetings, Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope. Yeah, boy, what a long journey it's been. Well, I mean, you know what? The pressure's off. We've got all these planets in the second house now, and these planets are bringing you wealth, and you have a lot of planets still in the first house, so you still have insight. You're still being expansive. You're still dealing with, the hard realities that have been put upon you. But some of those hard realities are going to be more about you being able to manifest and work on family issues that are hard, speaking issues that are hard, reaffirming what values are meant to last, and getting your money in values that are meant to last. And then there's some people that don't have your back, and you may have to address that in a kind way. Because, water puts out fire in most cases better than fire and fire. I mean, it depends on the fire, And you want relationship, you're hungry for relationship. You're dealing with the spiritual debris of your subconscious and what you've gone through in past relationships. I completely empathize, and I know things are about to get better for you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do a little Aquarius dance here. Okay, greetings Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. And welcome. You know, this is the first full-on week, starting with the weekend and the new moon. And you coming into your power, you know, in full-fledged Aquarian power in this horrific election year. Or terrific, you know, I guess it all depends on your perspective. I'm sure for the usually for the half of percenters, it's a great year. Wonderful things are always happening for them. You know, even if they're paying higher taxes, if it's going to help poor people and stimulate business, they end up making more money in those years actually. So they're always winning. You know, and they know how to keep people divided and fighting over petty stuff when them, the insurance companies, international bankers, and credit card companies, and, you know, pharmaceutical, you know, big oil, all that stuff is running the whole show. And you're out there just like sitting around like a wanker looking for something bad from Russia to blame everything on. I mean, it's like, you know, I ain't gonna get money out of politics. It's just, you know, that ain't, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get what you want with that, you know. But things that you do want are coming, and by working in your spiritual life continuously and consistently, you're gonna see changes. And yeah, you're gonna still fall and mess up a little bit, but you know what? You'll recognize it. And hopefully you'll be able to approach it in a spirit of humility and transparency. That is the way. And just asking for that answer is, you know, God loves fixing things. You know, God loves seeing your humility and wants to do good things for you. Same thing for the goddess. Goddess loves your humility. She wants to do good things for you. It's all the same. And this renewal needs to be a good renewal for you. And I see some money, and I see some, like maybe getting like a right kind of, you know, talisman, nice little altar for yourself, just to kind of put your mind in a spiritual phase. And that can be just, you know, a picture of a family member or someone you love or a place in nature that means a lot for you. Little things like that, you know. Or elements, water, fire, a little bit of salt or earth, you know, and things like that as well. Feather, they can all help. Okay. What now? Well, hello Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope. Venus in the first house makes you beautiful. Venus in the first house makes you creative. Venus is exalted in Pisces, so you're going to do some of your best surrender work this week. Now, and why is Venus exalted in Pisces? You know, I don't think I completely answered that in Libra. I'll say this: it's about surrender. You know, in Virgo, the opposite. It's more nitpicky. It's like, oh well, if only it was like this, and I had that, and you know, the right, you know, 300 plus cotton sheet bed, and you know, and that was on it with a wool, you know, comforter that was brought in from Sherpas from Myanmar through Bhutan or something, and I, you know, it's like because and the Silk Road, and okay, yeah, all right, just chill, chill, chill. You know what? Our imaginations are what produce good love. That's why Pisces has Venus exalted too. Our imaginations and our ability to surrender and our ability to participate in our own dream and our own story, and that's what we need to do. We need to make new stories for ourselves. We need to create new imagination. Now, this is a new imagination time for you. This is sort of your downtime. This is a time for Pisces to create their own little spiritual chapel, their own little hideaway in the woods, their little back temple, spend a lot of time in meditation, and work on stuff. Because this is, you know, Gung Hei Fat Choi. This is Year of the Rat. And this is a new place for you to move forward in your life and show your survivability, shows your adaptability, shows your willingness to live without. And that kind of freedom creates a stealth. It's incredible. And I mean, the ultimate expression of love, they say, is freedom. And I'm so glad that you took some of your free time today to tune into this broadcast. Thanks for watching the Planetary Persuader. I would love it if you shared with a friend. I really appreciate your comments last week. You're really kind. And some of you are challenging and whatever, but that's fine. Because, I mean, you're bringing your authentic self, and that's what you want to be known for. Please subscribe. Please ring the bell. Please share it on your social media page. Tell a friend. Love being with you. We'll do this again next week. KozMcKev, I'm out.